Rust-Oleum multicolor textured. Yeah. And a bunch of Gen 2 PMAGS. Well, a bunch meaning 10. So we're gonna do all 10 of these today. Got these from Gun Mag Warehouse. I believe they're out of Florida, or Miami, Florida, to be more specific. Let me make sure. Yep, Gun Mag Warehouse, Doral, Florida. So it is Southern Florida. And I paid $124, so $125 shipped for all 10 magazines. You know, when you go to their website, they have them, these packages. They have the packages for the 10 packs, 6 packs, hex mag, all of these different mags. They carry a bunch. But today, we're just painting some PMAGs. And by paint, I'm using Rust-Oleum multicolor textured. Rich, elegant, textured finish. The cap is kind of goldish. I always paint my mags with a gold identifier or a gold paint to help identify them as mine. And that's what I'm doing with these. I'm trying the textured stuff for the first time on the magazines. I thought it wouldn't hurt. So let's get these open and get to painting. This video is going to be extremely low quality on the edits. I'm just gonna do it, trim it, post it, and be done with it. This is not a feature length video of any, it's nothing where I prepared a whole lot for it. Not at all. This is not a question of the week video. This is just a random, I guess you could call it a gear check. This is me going through my gear and deciding if this is something that I needed to do with these new magazines. And yeah, I'm trying to collect quite a few more. My goal is to have 100 of these magazines by January 20th, 2017. If you don't know why, I don't know what to tell you. Because these magazines are coming out of the package brand new, never been used, usually I would use some Acrosol and clean them if they were older magazines, but because they're new, I'm not worried about all that. So if you want them to be pretty, you can tape them off, put a design, add a stencil or something, but I'm not. This is going to be real quick and easy. I'm just going to line them all up exactly the same way. Sorry for the background noise, but I'm doing this at home instead of going to the range to do it. Because I did not feel like driving all the way to the range just to do this, and then have to sit there and wait for them to dry, then pack them up and drive all the way home. It just didn't make any sense to do that. So let's shake up the paint. Good thing about doing this outside is it's well ventilated, but usually I do stuff like this inside the garage. Make sure it's feeding. Here it is. Let's shake this up a little bit more, and I'm shaking this a little bit more thoroughly than I normally would because it's the textured stuff. So we want to make sure that we get the desired texturing. And like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but I do want to line them up somewhat so this at least resembles being consistent. And this stuff goes on thick, but that's not a surprise because of the type of paint that it is. We'll let that dry for a minute and then we'll come back, test them, make sure they're a little dry, flip them over and do the other side. Stand by. Alright, so we let them dry. Now for side number 2. I've been shaking this the entire time. It's been about 10-15 minutes. And as I've said, there's no method to my mayhem with this one because it doesn't need to be pretty. These mags are going to be beat up. They're just going to be thrown in a pile with the rest of the magazines that I use. And this paint's not meant to last forever. I touch them up once a year, I believe, is about the average, unless they really get tore up and the paint actually comes off. And then I may retreat it a little earlier than that. But, you know, again, this is my first time using the textured paint. So we'll see how it turns out and how long it lasts. But we'll do a follow-up. I'll take some pictures with some of these magazines and guns at a future date and make sure you guys get to see what this looks like and how it turns out. But what I'm anticipating is because this paint is textured, it will add a little bit of grip to the magazines. Let's hope, at least in theory. Alright, this is Schwell. I hope you guys are out there having fun, being safe, and also being responsible, and I'll hit you with the 2 fingers. Later.